4 days water fasting. Hi, I'm Del Edwards, and I just want to share my experience. Uh, just about 5 or 6 days ago, I found this article online that talked about the effects of fasting, not fasting from water, but fasting only consuming water, and how it impacted the brain for people with memory deficiencies, Alzheimer's, dementia, that kind of thing. It's neuroprotective. And I started looking up other benefits after reading that article, and I watched a TED talk, and I found out that there are so many benefits to fasting on water alone. I had so many misconceptions, and so I just want to share my experience. Now, this is my experience. I have to say a disclaimer. If you decide to try something like this, you should consult with your physician. Um, but I didn't. I'm just telling you what I did. Now, don't do what I do. But anyway, I decided I was going to try intermittent fasting or something like that, and maybe fast for 18 hours and then eat for a period of 6 hours, a 6 hour window, and then continue trying to see if that would work. Well, when I got to 18 hours of fasting, um, I wasn't hungry. So I said, well, let's try for 24. And by then it was time for me to go to sleep. And it just didn't make sense to eat. So I waited till the next day and I still wasn't hungry. And that just continued. I didn't have hunger. Whenever I feel hungry, I drink water and the hunger feeling instantly goes away. So I have just been drinking water for 4 days. Now, why would I do something like this? There are significant benefits associated with fasting on water. It's an ancient healing method that is now a modern day practice. And um, I just wish I'd known about it sooner because I feel like I have so much energy and I feel like all of my joint pains were gone after the first 24 hours. I'm a little bit up there in age, so I do have those joint issues now. And so it was just a really good feeling of being cleansed, of being detoxified. And the benefits were what motivated me to continue because I didn't feel hungry. So, primary benefits I'm going to list, there's less hunger with water fasting when you compare it to a low calorie or a calorie restricted diet. So I did the master cleanse before. I do a cleanse every year of some sort. And I've done the master cleanse before, which is organic lemons with organic maple syrup and cayenne pepper and water. And I was hungry all the time, and I was always drinking this lemonade to try and quell the hunger. And the cayenne pepper made my stomach feel better, but I was still always hungry. And I did that for 10 days, but it was a challenge, definitely. Now, with this water fast, now everybody doesn't have the same experience, but my experience has been zero hunger, zero appetite, zero cravings, zero thought about food because I'm not hungry. And I'm shocked really at this. So anyway, that's one benefit. Less hunger with water fasting compared to calorie restriction. Number two, water fasting burns more fat compared to calorie restriction. That's self-explanatory. Number three, water fasting spares muscle. Calorie restriction actually burns your muscle. You start eating up your muscle with calorie restriction, and not so much with water fasting. Number four, it calorie restriction actually slows your metabolism down. Water fasting actually increases your metabolism. Next is the DNA, which is phenomenal. Water fasting actually repairs DNA. It triggers a response that causes DNA repair to occur. It increases your immunity. Within 72 hours, the studies say you have a completely regenerated, refurbished immune system, which helps tremendously with your health and wellness. It normalizes blood pressure. People who are able to fast for 5 to 26 days in one study were able to have their blood pressure completely normalized. I mean, seriously, people that were like in the 200 over 190 range, by the end of their water fast, when their physician or their coach stopped them, they were completely normalized blood pressure with no medication. It controls your blood sugar, so it makes your blood sugar go down. It does not put you into ketosis if you're a healthy individual. If you're diabetic, you probably want to be supervised, because it's possible that you could go lower than you should if you're a diabetic. Now, disclaimer, I am a diabetic, but I'm sort of on the borderline edge of diabetes. And so I monitored my blood sugar continually through this process, and my blood sugar has, gone down. It's not completely normal yet. I think I'm down to like 110 or 105 now. When I wake up, it's still higher than I'd like. I think I woke up and it was like 131 or something like that. But that's still really good for a diabetic who's not on medication. Okay. So it also is neuroprotective, like I said in the beginning. That's what triggered my quest to find out more. And the biggest thing that I found to be interesting is that water fasting activates something called autophagy, which is the body's actual ability to eat debris inside the body, clear out the waste, eat the garbage. So cells that are not healthy cells are eaten up by the body, and the healthy cells and the muscle tissue is left alone. What does that mean? This is really key. It means that if you have tumors or little skin tags, or if you are a person that maybe has cancer cells floating around in your system, your body starts to eat those first. People with tumors have observed the shrinkage of tumors during an extended water fast. How long can people fast? There's studies with people that have fasted for up to 392 days on water with supervision and with additional minerals in their system. Now, I'm not planning on doing that. My goal was to do 18 hours, and I just kept going because it felt fine. So I feel like I've already exceeded my goal, reached and surpassed my goal, and I have completed at this point 96 hours, 4 days of fasting. And I feel like, maybe I'll go another day, who knows? Because at 5 days, I'm going to see if my blood pressure really does drop. Because a drop in blood pressure is great. Even if you have normal blood pressure of 120 over 80, if you drop it down to 110 over 70, you increase your or you decrease your risk of having any kind of a heart attack or stroke. So lowering blood pressure is great. So maybe if I'm able to go through tomorrow, that'll be 5 days. Who knows? I just will stop when I feel like I'm hungry or I feel like I need to eat. Now, I had a couple of symptoms. The first day when I woke up, I had a pretty bad headache when I woke up after 24 hours of fasting. And I simply took a little bit of sea salt, put it on the tip of my tongue, and drank a whole bunch of water, and the headache was gone in less than 5 minutes. And so I think I was just dehydrated. When you're water fasting, you have to drink a lot of water. I mean, like maybe about a gallon a day or more. And so I don't think I drank enough water the first day. Also, when you're water fasting, you really should prepare your body before you do a fast. You shouldn't be like eating hamburgers and French fries on a daily basis and then just stop and jump into a water fast. You need to go through a period of preparation where you start eating healthier foods, reducing your intake of unhealthy foods, drinking more water, reducing your intake of sugary beverages, and then you can do a short fast, like maybe only fast for one meal. And when you've successfully completed that, go into the process of maybe considering intermittent fasting, where you eat for a period of time, like maybe 6 to 8 hours window, and then the rest of the time you just drink water. So somebody, which is what I think I'm going to do when I complete this fast and ease out of it, I'm going to probably select a period of time like from, 6 p.m. or 4 p.m. to 10 p.m., which is going to be my window because I'm kind of like a night owl. 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. will be my window of where I can eat lunch and snacks and dinners, and it'll be healthy foods. And then for the rest of the time, from when I go to bed until the next day at around 4 p.m., I don't eat anything. And so that's just something I'm considering. I don't know how it's going to go or how it's going to work, but I'm just really excited about this process that I've gone through because I feel cleansed and detoxified, and it occurred at a much faster rate than other detox programs I've done. I've done raw food for 30 days, living on only raw fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds, and grains. And that 30-day detox was great, but I feel like I've reached a place in 4 days that it took me maybe 2 weeks to reach when I was eating just raw food. So this is something that I think is a kind of program that I can incorporate into my life. I think I can do this more often than once per year. I can probably do something like fasting for 24 hours once a month or even once a week because this was really so easy for me. I've never had a detox program that was this easy for me to achieve. Anyway, I hope you found some benefit from my experience and maybe you've learned something from what I've shared. Go ahead and investigate it more. If you feel like you want to share this information with someone, please do. And if you enjoyed this video, go ahead and like it and subscribe to my channel. Until next time.